Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Orange Men Podcast. Dave and Clinton here with you on a Friday night. So anyway, let's get into this.
All right, go ahead. Let's go. Let's get into this.
This Kyle Rittenhouse verdict. And I got a couple thoughts on it. So, you know, first things first. This whole thing, right from the beginning, was started because the governor wouldn't accept Donald Trump's help to bring in the National Guard to quell this nonsense. The governor, I don't even know his name, but his plan was, well, I'm not going to let people come and help. I'm going to have the police stand down, and I'm going to blame this all on Trump.
Right.
So it was a political move.
And it started because Jacob Blake got in his car with the kids with the knife after the woman that he was, I guess, father of the kids with, he sexually assaulted or had previously sexually assaulted in the past.
Yeah, but who called the police in the first place?
She did.
Okay.
And when he was going to get in the car, if you remember, he was going to get in the car.
Well,
he had a knife.
He was resisting, right. And he went in and grabbed the knife.
And that's when he was they were afraid he was either going to come out and hurt the kids, hurt the police officers, or take off in the car.
Right.
So they
shot him.
And they didn't use deadly force. He's still alive, but yet...
Well, deadly force is...
Well, all right. Well, he's still alive, and you still have some of these
paralyzed.
You have some of these NBA players and people on TV going, well, you know, the guy's dead, and it's all because of what. Well, you don't even have your facts straight.
Yeah, he's
at least get your talking point straight.
Right. No, they don't know what they're talking about. But yeah, to get back to it. Now on the other side, so these people are out there looting, burning, trashing the city.
Fine, whatever.
And
do your thing.
And no one's doing anything about it.
Right.
Nobody. Now, Kyle Rittenhouse should have just stayed the fuck home.
Right.
You know, this whole thing could have been avoided if he would have just stayed home.
Okay.
But he didn't.
Right.
Nothing he did was illegal. I could argue that I would have just stayed home. But that also goes for the rioters and looters that night. You should have stayed home.
Right.
You shouldn't be out there burning fires, causing trouble, looting buildings, stealing, trashing, hurting people.
I mean, there's still stores now to this day that haven't been opened.
Right.
I guess it was
like
all worth it.
40 businesses never reopened. 40 out. It's a small town. I mean, It's not like it's a huge metropolitan city. It's not like New York or anything.
Yeah.
So, but what Kyle Rittenhouse did was, I don't know, it's stupid. I wouldn't be taking my gun anywhere, and my long gun. But what he did was legal. Now, did he just go there to shoot people?
No.
Of course he didn't. But the way the media portrays it, it makes it sound like this poor kid this kid was just, I'm gonna go shoot me some black people. That's what they're making it sound like.
Yeah.
That he's a white supremacist. Well, first of all, two things. He's either an awful white supremacist because he killed a bunch of white people, or shot three white people, killed two.
Right.
Or they weren't white people. Maybe they were black people in whiteface. You know.
I don't think that's the case, but
well, you have you know, people are now the new blackface of white supremacy. I don't know. But he's a terrible white supremacist. But it was clear watching the videos that the kid was acting in self-defense.
Yeah, and
clear.
He was there all week. So
he was cleaning graffiti and helping clean up the mess. Yeah, I mean,
I didn't see any of these other people doing that, causing problems.
Yeah, listen, I'm.
And
it's a shame that all had to happen. But if I'm out on the street and I see a kid with was it AR-15?
Yes.
I'm not chasing him. I'm not going to go try to beat up somebody with an AR-15.
Well, the problem.
And all I have is a skateboard.
Well, it's that was the problem is that the guy the first guy he killed or killed. The first guy earlier in the night, because it wasn't just Kyle Rittenhouse who was there with their guns. There was a bunch of, there's probably like 5 or 6 other people that were there defending the business, but they were walking around doing, whatever.
Because the governor wouldn't allow the police to do so.
And the police weren't doing anything. So they were there. They were asked to be there. He didn't cross state lines with said rifle. His father lives in the town. His rifle was in that town.
Right.
So it was legal for him to have the rifle. It's not the whole, 17-year-old shouldn't have that, but a 6-year-old can identify as a mushroom and be okay. You know what I mean? Like, that's all right.
A mushroom.
Well, whatever they choose to feel like.
Do you remember when you when you were a kid, you wanted to be a dragon?
Yeah. But that's okay. But my point is, and then they have the video. There's certain video, and earlier in the night, the first guy he killed, getting back to that guy, told him he was going to kill him. He doesn't give a crap about his gun, this, that, and the other thing, and he's going to kill him. I will kill you, the guy said. Now, he ended up catching Kyle by himself later on, where they chased him, and before he even drew his gun, they chased him. The guy threw a Molotov cocktail at him, trying to catch him on fire. Now, if you get caught on fire, sure, you may live, but also you could die.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You can get pretty messed up.
And then when the guy got close enough, because
looked like a s'mores,
because he may have stumbled or something in the parking lot, that he turned around, and when the guy got close enough, he's like, "Listen, he's defending himself. Shot him. All right, he's a good shot. Shot him in the head. What do you want?"
Did he get him in the head?
Yeah, the first shot first guy was in the head. That's Ian's candor right there.
Well, I think he
And that was the, you know what I mean? That's
I don't
the
think
guy.
he was aiming for the head.
No, he was trying to just shoot him. I mean, whatever. The guy may have
shot
ducked and it hit him. However, it doesn't matter.
Wow.
And then after that, everybody saw him again when he was trying to run away. And because the crowd was able to catch up to him, the one guy hit him with a skateboard, the other guy drop kicked him, the other guy pulled a gun on him. You know what I mean? Like,
well, what do you think would have happened if he didn't have a gun?
They would have killed him.
Yeah.
I mean, if he didn't have the gun the first time when the guy threw the Molotov cocktail at him, they would have ended up catching him. And they ended up, I saw Chris Cuomo like, well, maybe they just would have beat him up and hurt him a little bit.
Where was this armed white supremacist militia that they were talking about?
I don't even know what they're talking about. Maybe that was the other guys. But like you're saying, if he was there just to randomly kill and shoot people, he would have stood up top of the street and just started firing off people.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how many shots he fired, but for him to only hit 3 people, the intended people that he intended to shoot.
That was all close range.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know how many shots he fired off, but it's not like he was praying and spraying, as they speak, just shooting random people. Yeah, just shooting random people on the street.
Right.
It's not what happened. He shot the 2 guys that attacked him, and he shot the 3rd guy that had a gun pointed at him within range as he reached out to grab
his head.
Yeah, as he reached out, and that guy fired a shot, he just missed. So, what are we doing? Why is I don't understand why everybody's like, listen.
Well, because it's a way to just keep this narrative going.
Well, the racial narrative.
It's all about separating us by race. Here you go. Listen to Al Sharpton.
What you must also factor in is that even when the George Floyd murder happened, it has now come out that some of the violence in Minneapolis was done by right-wingers who pretended to be burning down places.
First of all, how do you pretend to burn down places? How do you pretend to do that?
Where's he getting his facts with these right-wing agitators that were in Minnesota?
Well, he's just making that shit up.
I mean, if they're there, why isn't the FBI arresting these people?
Well, because he's just making this shit up.
I mean, I haven't seen...
Because all you got to do on CNN and CNBC and all those other liberal media stations is lie. You don't got to have any facts.
Wow. I mean, I would like to see these supposed right-wingers that were...
Right-winger ringers.
I mean, you probably can't find them because the FBI was probably involved in that protest too, just like they're involved in probably every protest that we've seen since then. And
I got an idea, Al.
What's up?
Why don't we just teach people how to be productive and have them get jobs and raise families and go on vacation and have great lives? Why don't we teach them that? Why don't we stop this race baiting, this nonsense?
Well, this guy's made millions. This guy's made millions on it.
That's true.
Who's he with too? Who's that? Don King and
That's not Don King.
I don't know who it is.
It looks like Don King.
Go ahead.
All right. Oops.
in Minneapolis that they were part of the movement and they were not, which means that now we can see.
So all the violence and the burning and the looting was white supremacist white wingers there.
Agent provocateurs, so to speak.
Right. And everybody else that was peaceful was the protesters.
I've seen a lot of people stealing sneakers, TVs, Gucci bags.
That was the right wingers.
I don't know, man.
That was all the right wing white supremacists that were there stealing all that stuff.
I guess.
Everybody else was. I didn't see any peaceful protesters, by the way, but
I saw a lot of. Yeah, I
saw a lot of looting going on.
People baiting violence to have a reaction to justify doing what Rittenhouse got away with today. This is a very.
How come he's talking about baiting violence?
Yeah.
How come he doesn't say anything about the Black Lives Matter leader? What's his name? Hawk.
Whatever. The new guy that's talking about it.
Yeah.
It doesn't go. Yeah.
In New York, saying blood will be spilled, buildings will be burned, and riots will happen. That's not baiting.
The only guy that's calling that guy out is Bongino, and the guy walked off like, "You're not letting me talk." He's like, "Well, I just want your answer."
It's unbelievable that this guy actually threatens violence and bloodshed. No one says a word.
Nah.
Very serious problem for activism, because now we're being told that someone can cross state lines with a semi-automatic rifle and kill people and say it's...
And kill people in self-defense. If you don't go near him, if you don't chase him, if you don't try to light him on fire, if you don't try to kill him, you wouldn't be dead today.
Nah. I guess.
You wouldn't be dead.
Wow. Come on, Dave.
Well, think about it. Like, I'm not going to go out today and climb a building and jump off.
Why not?
Because I'll be dead.
Right.
I don't want to be dead, so I'm not going to do things that are going to put myself in a situation where I could potentially be dead.
You have all this video of these of the looting and the violence during the whatever, the night of, the day of, the week of that happened. And yet, listen, kind of what you said. All right, was Kyle, should he have been there? All right, maybe not, whatever. You can take that for whatever it's worth at this point.
Well, he shouldn't have been there.
Should the guy who was a convicted child molester, should he have had a gun? Maybe if he didn't have his gun pointed at Kyle.
Well, he had an illegal gun.
Well, yeah.
And if you're a convicted child molester, what the fuck are you out of jail for?
Well, that's another point. But why do you have a firearm? You're not allowed to have that firearm. Nobody's talking about that. They're talking about how this guy drove across the state line to go kill people. It's basically the way they're phrasing this. And everybody on these channels are like, yeah, wow, that guy's a white supremacist. Yeah. And they're eating it up. And this guy, well, clearly we should listen to Al Sharpton. He knows everything.
I get all my information from Al Sharpton.
Self-defense, and they have this case to cite as saying that I'm like Rittenhouse. Let's remember, Rittenhouse is now being offered internships.
So if I take my long gun, I go out in the street and I start shooting people, I can say I'm like Rittenhouse?
I don't think it's going to work like that.
No, it will not work like that.
Because there's no video. There's no evidence of you being self-defense.
No, I'll be...
but the way he's phrasing
I'll be thrown in jail.
The way he's phrasing it. And, I just...
He's a nitwit. He's a nitwit.
By members of Congress, like he's some hero. So in the frame of 1 week, ministers go to Brunswick, Georgia, with Bibles in their hand, and we're condemned.
Who condemned?
Well, first of all, you weren't condemned.
Who condemned?
Second of all, the prosecutor, when he made that statement, that was dumb. There was ministers in the back of the courtroom, and he's saying that's an example of a lynching in the 21st. It was the dumbest thing you could ever say.
All right.
It was stupid. I don't know why he would even say that.
Well, it might have just been something for this dude to fucking say so that we can have another talking point about how it's
Well, no, this is the other group.
No, I know the Ahmed Aubrey case. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, those guys, hopefully they get convicted, because from what I know of that case, those 3 guys, something ain't right.
But if Aubrey would have had his gun with him while he was running and shot those guys, you know what?
It would have been self-defense.
It would have been self-defense, and I would have appreciated that because what it is.
Right, because we're concerned with the law, not the color of anybody's skin, and that's the problem today. No one is concerned with the law; they're concerned with skin color and separating America. Listen, they're really doing a nice job with this socialism and getting communism and into this country. It's really bad. This Build Back Better plan.
Better before Biden plan. Well, let's not get into that yet.
Okay. So all right. So as far as let me finish with Al. I'm getting off topic.
Because you got Kamala Harris too, right?
With an automatic weapon, and he's given offers of congressional internship. This is where America is tonight. It is startling, not surprising, but startling, and it brings a real threat to those white and black that want to stand up against systemic racism.
First of all, there's no systemic racism, you moron. The only evidence of systemic racism that I see is what you're portraying.
These shows.
You are a systemic racist.
Right.
That's the problem.
Right.
Dope.
Nah. Again, who. I mean, I'm not really paying attention to the news, but since yesterday, is there a bunch of people that have offered Kyle Rittenhouse congressional internships? I mean, I haven't seen it. Maybe I'm just missing it.
No, I think one person did.
Well, who was it?
I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know. It's not a big deal to me. I could care less.
No, I don't care either. But all right, maybe the guy needs a job. I'm sure there's plenty of everybody in Congress and everybody that probably is an intern or an aide or a staffer probably has a criminal record. So whatever.
Okay. Is there more to
pay your taxes, Al? No, I think it's almost done.
Them in this country.
Yeah, that's it. Well, listen, he's talking about.
Well, everything is like you said. Everything's systemic.
Well,
systemic.
I don't ever hear anything about him talking about all the black kids that are dying in Chicago, shooting each other.
Right.
Nobody says a goddamn word. Nobody says a goddamn word about every morning when I turn on the freaking news. Philadelphia people getting shot or killed. No one cares. No one says a word. No one does anything.
They're not crossing state lines. Yeah, I saw
absolute nonsense.
I saw Don Lemon earlier this week too, talking about how vigilantism and stuff like that, and battle over turf. This is our turf and stuff like that. I'm like, well, isn't that pretty much what happens all the time? Like. There's plenty of vigilantism in these cities.
First of all, Kyle Rittenhouse was not a vigilante. I mean, learn the word first before you start.
Well, that's what he's trying to say.
Well, he's an idiot.
He's just going there.
He's another idiot.
No, I know. I'm aware.
They're just idiots lined up in a row to talk.
It's show after show of idiots row.
Yeah, I mean, just give me. I don't know. I mean, you can have a different opinion on it. I get it, but to lie. And make up stuff that didn't happen and try to make people think that things happened that didn't happen. I mean, the
evidence. I
love watching CNN.
I just don't know what Joe's gonna like. Joe's like, well, maybe we'll have to look into it with the like. What's the Fed? What you just gonna make up some new shit?
Well, they're not gonna do anything.
I mean, I could see, all right, maybe wrongful death or something, whatever. But what I don't understand is it's the same thing with like Black Lives Matter, like. These are the guys you're getting behind. You know what I mean?
Did you see the one girlfriend of the?
Yeah, she gave
with her little nose ring.
She gave the number. Is that one you're talking about?
What number?
She gave Kyle a note with her number on it.
Ah, I didn't see that one.
Yeah. Oh, all right.
No, the girlfriend of the one, I guess the first guy that died.
Yeah.
Rosenbaum, is that his name?
I don't know which guy. Yeah. That was the first guy.
So she's out there. Wanting to know who's going to be held accountable for his death. And I just wanted to say to her, she's like, he's not going to come home to me tonight.
Yeah.
Well, dumbass, he wasn't home when he was out there looting and rioting. Why? Maybe talk to him then and say, honey.
Maybe you shouldn't go out tonight.
Yeah, maybe we should stay home and watch Netflix. Or go get our vaccine.
Yeah.
I don't think looting right now is a good idea.
I don't think the vaccine was available last year at the time, but
But who does that? I'm gonna go, honey. I'm gonna go looting tonight. I'll see you about 2 in the morning. Might be a little bit late.
yeah, we're gonna hit the after hours looters bar.
So when he's out there looting and pillaging and trying to kill people, when someone shoots him, she's gonna complain about it.
Whatever.
When are people gonna take responsibility for their own actions?
When he didn't come home for 12 years because he was in jail, did she worry about that?
For what did he do? Sexually assault somebody?
No, that was the molester.
No, he was the molester.
I think so.
So she was actually.
Well, that's my
dating
point.
a
Like,
molester?
why? This is what I'm saying. Like, this is what. Black Lives
Another
Matter stand up-
criminal poster child for the Democratic Party.
Yeah.